Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. Today is day number 2 of Vlogmas and day number 2 of week of story times, y'all. So as promised, it's another one of my stories. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because we're on the way to 150k. Give your girl a thumbs up and comment down below. Y'all, I feel like my wig is like my lace right here. It doesn't matter, y'all don't be caring. So let me grab my water, hold on. Alright, y'all. So this story is about Enemy and Messy. Oops, wrong person. So this story is about Crazy and Messy. So y'all, and Bimbo is in here too. So y'all, so no y'all, for real though. Y'all remember last time I did a story and I told y'all about Messy and why when I was looking back on it, because I'm like, okay, wait, I don't want to repeat the same stuff. So I have to go back to the video and I'm like, I told that video 4 months ago, y'all, where the video where it says we're getting revenge goes wrong. Y'all, I'm horrible. I'm so sorry. But let me go ahead and tell y'all this story because this one's juicy too. This is when I really just was like, fuck Messy, and this is how Messy got his name. So this is how y'all know he got his name, because a whole lot of mess. So let's get straight into this video. So this took place back then y'all already know, 2017, in the beginning of the year, when my life was just a shit show. So me and my homegirls, they was chilling at my house or whatever, right? And we was gonna go out later that night, so they came over, they was chilling or whatever. So while we was out during the daytime, Messy ended up hitting me up. Messy is one of them people, y'all. Y'all, everybody know that one guy where it's like, if y'all don't want to pay for shit tonight, call him. He gonna pay for everybody. So Messy was that guy. I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but I had a few people I could call like so. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? But anyway, no, Messy was for sure that person though. Like y'all already know, it's like it's nothing going on between y'all, but you know it's that one person. They be down to go do whatever and they gonna pay for whoever coming. So Messy hit me up and was like, what am I doing? So I'm just like, oh, I'm with my homegirls, da da da. I'm like, let's go eat. So he was like, all right, come on, let's go. So we ended up meeting up with him and we went to go eat. It was cool. When we went to go eat, he was cool. He wasn't really too much talking too much about crazy or nothing like that. Like he was just cool, whatever. So we went to eat. After we went to eat with him, we ended up going back to my house or whatever, right? So when we went to eat with him, I'm posting my friends. I'm not posting him, of course, because y'all already know the whole situation. And at this point, Crazy don't know that me and Messy is still cool. Only reason why I was still cool with Messy after all that shit that happened, even though, because I mean, at that point, it wasn't too much. But the only reason why I was still cool with him is because, for one, I didn't know everything. Like, I ended up finding out. And for two, he was still a cool friend of me. Like, we always would talk, and he would be there for me. Like, not really too much mentally, but, like, kind of he would talk. And, like, at that time, I used to keep so much shit to myself. I would talk to my sister every day, and I was not telling her shit I was going through. Like, I just didn't want to tell my friends too much. I didn't want to keep telling them because it's like, they probably like, bitch, we're over it. Like, you steady staying with a man who's doing all this messed up stuff to you, dealing with different women, putting his hands on you. You know, I just felt like, you ever just feel like you ain't got nobody to talk to, you don't want to keep talking to the same people about certain stuff. So I just felt like, you know what, it was just somebody else to talk to. So he was somebody I could vent to, which was a big mistake, y'all see. So anyway, he wasn't doing too much. After that, we back at my house, we getting ready and stuff. So it's real, like, me and Crazy, we was cool. This is like some time, like not too much time, probably like a few weeks, probably like 2 weeks after all of that shit happened. So at this point, me and him, we was like, he would pop up at my house here and there, pop up and bring me stuff or whatever, but he wasn't really staying the night. I wasn't staying the night at his house because it was just so much stuff that had went down. I was really like, you know what, and I was so happy because I'm like, oh my god, we're getting closer to just being apart from each other, y'all. But whew, we had a long ride after that, a long, more toxic ride. So anyway, he hit me up and he was just like, what you doing? So I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready to go out. Me and my homegirl's gonna go out, or da 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 da, like we go to the club later. So he's like, okay, can I pull up on you real quick? I gotta give you something. So mind y'all, like I said, he would always pull up on me and just randomly bring me food or bring me stuff that he found. And y'all, he would bring me good, like nice gifts that he found. Like, remember y'all, my apology purse, y'all? But he would bring me so much nice stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, sure. Like, you know, I'm letting him come. And that was the bad thing, too. I shouldn't have been getting drawn back in because of gifts. Like, But anyway, he was like, I'm going to bring you something or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I'm not telling my friends that that's who finna pull up. I'm like, somebody finna pull up on me real quick. I'm gonna just go outside, da da da. Because I didn't want them to know. At this point, they thinking like, okay, we ain't heard you saying you going to his house. He ain't been at your house, so it's good. You know, they happy for me. They like, okay, you finally shaking him. So I ain't telling them that's who finna pull up. One of the homegirls, she was taking a nap. The other homegirl, she was doing her makeup and stuff. But at the same time, she watching a YouTube video, so she was trying to try a new look. So I knew she wasn't finna come and see who I was outside with anyway. So he texted me, he's like, come outside. I'm in a red Camry. Y'all, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. So I'm like, okay, because I'm thinking like, who car is this? It's not his car. So I come outside, go to the car, and when I go to the car, I was finna go to the passenger side. Like, I thought he was gonna roll the window down, but he's like, come around. So I went around to the driver's side, he got out the car, and he just hugged me and just like kissed me and just embracing me, like just so happy to see me. Because any other time when he would pull up and bring the stuff that he found, he would stay in the car and I'll like lean in. He would probably like, we'd probably give a kiss and he'd give it to me and he'd leave. He'll always be with people. So this time he by himself. So he hugging me, he doing the most. He outside the car, he like, I missed you so much. Like, I missed you. Oh my God, da 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 da. Like, being away from me made me realize how much I miss you, how much I love you, how much I gotta do better, da da da. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, you know, okay. And mind y'all, when we was out with Messy earlier, we was drinking and stuff too. But I'm not blaming the alcohol or nothing like that. But usually I would have had a mean front, just like, okay, what you gonna give me and go. But this, I'm like really happy because I'm like, okay, he being a little nice today. So we over there, we just kissing, we hugging and stuff, we just smiling at each other. But I'm keep peeping because I'm looking to see if I can see my friends in the living room because my grandma window was big. So I'm like trying to peep to see like, ooh, I hope they don't see me with him. But yeah, so as we doing that, and he just talking to me, and he just like, look at you, like you look so good, like you going out, like where y'all going tonight? You got money, you gonna have fun, like you need something, da da da. So I'm like, oh, when he said, do I need something? I'm like, what was you gonna give me? So he gonna, y'all, he didn't have nothing to give me, like for me to keep. He gonna say here, but he gave me like $100 to go out with, but he gave me something that was his. He gonna say, here, can you hold my money for me because I'm gonna go somewhere and I don't want to have all this money on me. So yeah, can you hold it for me and I'll come get it later. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, he just made up any excuse to just pull up. So I don't know, I used to be so paranoid. I'm thinking like maybe he know that I was with Messy earlier, that's why he trying to pull up. He just trying to see, but he wasn't saying nothing, so I wasn't gonna ask why he wanted to pull up. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Even though he just left from his house, could have left the money there. But I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So then he's like, yeah, I miss you, and I was just like, yeah, like, all right. So he asked me like what time we finna leave. I'm like, we gonna leave like a little later, probably like an hour or two. I'm like, I just got the shower, so I just got to do my hair, get dressed, all this other stuff. So he like, you just got the shower? I'm like, yeah. So he like, all right, he gonna open the back seat of the door, and he's like, get in the car. And I'm just like, y'all, I already knew what's gonna happen. So I'm like, okay, I get in the car with my stupid ass. I hop in the back seat, and you know, we do what we do. So while we in the back seat, after we done doing it, I peep like, it's some lip gloss on the floor. And it slipped my mind when he said, because when I came out, I was going to ask him who car that was because that wasn't his car. When he had texted me and said what kind of car he was in. But when he was just so loving and hugging me, I forgot to ask. So when I seen the lip gloss on the floor, I seen some sandals. I was like, hold up. I'm like, crazy, whose car is this? So he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. He's like, I just bought this car today at an auction. And I was like, okay, because I was gonna say, what bitch car you in? Because I like showing the slip car. He's like, nah. He's like, and it's crazy because I outbid this girl too. She was mad as fuck. Like, she was so mad. He's like, this probably was her car she was trying to get back. Yeah, I was at the police auction thing and I got the car and da 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 da. He was like, yeah, but I'm gonna sell it tomorrow. I'm gonna sell it. And he was like, wait, you want this car? Like, you want it? Because I could might make something happen. Like, I could get another car, sell that car to get you this one. So I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like, it's nice. And it wasn't like strange for him to say that because like I said, like if he crashed his car, even though he didn't crash his car, he still had his other car, but it wasn't strange because like his homie started flipping cars, so he wanted to try to start flipping cars too. So he would randomly buy cars and would try to sell them and shit like that. So it wasn't weird that he came in this other car, you know. It's just, I was like, okay, whatever. So we talking, whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna see if I could go get a different car because I needed to flip this to go get something to do something else. But if not, you could have a car. I'm not even tripping. It's yours, baby. Da da da. I'm just so happy to see you. Like, I'm happy to see you. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm happy to see you too. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, maybe this is the chance for change. And it's so sad because when you're going through a situation with somebody and it's like domestic violence, it'd be like, you know it's bad, but you want so deep down in your heart for that person to change that anytime they show any little bit of change, you just forget everything. You don't forget everything, but you want to be like, okay, they're on the path to change because you love that person. So it's like you really want them to be better. But y'all, anyway, so after that, he ended up leaving. I go in the house, and when I went back in the house, I'm going there to go get back in the shower. My homegirl, she like, why did you get back in the shower if you just got out the shower before you went outside? So I'm like, oh, because me and my friend was just like talking and I was sweating. And she like, bitch, come on now. So you mean to tell me y'all was talking to you? So and I'm like, he be like play fighting and stuff. Y'all, I know she probably like, bitch, what? So she really was like, girl, how are you play fighting outside? You just sweating that bad where you want to get in the shower again. And I'm just like, girl, whole time I'm wrestling naked in the back seat of a car. So I'm just like, girl, like, okay. Like, I just told her what happened. She was like, who was it? Who was it? So I'm like, it was crazy. So she like, oh my God, bitch, like, you're making me so mad. And I'm just thinking like, this why I don't tell you shit, bitch, because I'm stupid, okay? Like, we all been in these dumb phases. Like, y'all understand, but I wasn't trauma dumping on my friends, though. Like, they barely knew shit that was going on with me. After I told them so much, it'd be like, I ain't telling y'all no more, because I ain't trying to be that friend. But at the same time, you couldn't tell. Like, I promised to God, like, my sister always, when I finally told her, she was like, I couldn't even tell you was going through that shit. You was still so happy. You was still just so much fun. Like, you couldn't tell that you was going through all that shit. I'm like, cause I don't wear it here, you know, like, I'ma still, you know, I'm not gonna be that friend that's gonna be like, oh my God, that sad ass bitch, don't bring her around. Like, which is nothing wrong with that. People grieve, like, grieve. People go through stuff different. Anyway, let me finish the story. So anyway, we end up going out, right? We went out that night. So I hit him up that night, and because he wanted to spend the night with me too. He was telling me like, oh, I want to spend the night with you. And I'm like, oh, well, my friends will spend the night. So he's like, I'll just get a room for all of us. Like, I'll buy them their own room, and me and you could have a room, and we could just chill. You know, I just really want to be with you tonight, all this other stuff. But I'm like, I'm not about to tell my friends this, because they're going to be like, bitch, fuck him in that room. No. One of the friends, she for sure would have been like, yes, bitch, let's go. Fuck whatever you talking about. But the other homegirl, she wasn't gonna be for it. So I didn't even say nothing. I just told him like, oh, we tired, we just finna crash at the house. And he was like, okay, I got something to do anyway, I'm gonna come pick my money up in the morning. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So yeah, he didn't end up coming. We didn't end up spending the time together tonight, right? So he came, got his money in the morning. He came with somebody like he usually do, and it was just like quick, like, all right, bye. It wasn't all lovey-dovey like he was the other day, which was, I wasn't tripping, because I wasn't too ready anyway for us to be spending the night together again anyway. So let's say like 2-3 days went by, right? 2-3 days go by. I'm just chilling in the house, just chilling, right? Next thing you know, I get a phone call from who? Messy hit me up like, oh, where you been at? I ain't heard from you. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, oh, how was it when y'all went out? So we just talking. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've been cool. And I'm telling him about Crazy. Like, yeah, Crazy came by. He was being cool for the first time. Like, I'm so surprised. And he was like, it's crazy because I just seen that nigga like 2 days ago. And he was telling me not to trust you and all this other stuff, saying that you be setting people up and you a thief and you be stealing from people. So I'm like, what? He like, yeah, he was telling me that. So I'm irritated now. I'm like, oh, he's weird as fuck. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm a thief. He was like, I'll tell you later. He was like, but what you doing today? So I'm like, nothing, I'm just chilling. He was like, can you do me a favor? Like, he asked me if I wanted to go eat, and I was like, no, I don't want to go eat. I'm not in that type of mood today. So he was like, okay, could you do me a favor then? So I'm like, what's the favor? Like, it depends on what it is. So he was like, can you come with me to get my car? So at this point I said, hell nah, because if y'all remember the last time I wanted him to go get a car, no. So I'm like, hell nah, like, you crazy. He gonna say, nah, it's in LA. Like, it's in LA, it's local. Like, I just gotta go get it. He was like, because my girlfriend, my car is in her name, and she got mad at me last night, so she took the car from my house. And yeah, he was like, but she told me to just go get it back. So I'm sitting here thinking like, when the fuck this nigga get a girlfriend? Because when did you get a girlfriend? So I'm like, oh, you got a girlfriend? He was like, yeah, but that's not important. Like, could you come with me? I just gotta go get it right now, and I'm not too far from your house, and I could pick you up. So I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah, and then since you don't want to go eat, I'll just take you back home. So I'm like, whatever, come. So he pulls up in his cousin's girlfriend's car, y'all. Anyway, he pulled up in her car. We drive over there. While we driving over there, we talking. He's just talking so much shit about Crazy. Like, that's crazy. And you was falling for that shit again. Like, him being nice to you, you was falling for that. I remember I told you that he told me like 2 days ago that you shouldn't trust you, and that he was saying something about you being a snitch, and he was saying something about you not being, like, you just can't trust you. He was just saying all this stuff. Like, he tried to get me to talk shit about this man, because at first I was being real dry with it after he said like, damn, you falling for that shit? Because I'm like, damn, yeah, I am. But so I'm gonna drive with it until he just kept on. It's like he kept picking. Like, yeah, he told me that his mama don't even like you because you not to be trusted, you be starting shit. So when he said that, it really hit a nerve, because me and Crazy Mama used to have a little odds. Like, we used to kind of go back and forth a little bit, which is insane. Like, you should not be getting into it with somebody's mom, but she used to try me. Like, she'll hit my line on some bullshit, and I was like, I'm ignoring her. Then you come to Instagram with the shit like, bitch, why is your mama on my Instagram page trying to fight me? Like, when you know I'm not finna just be ignored. Like, girl, what is you talking about? So anyway, so when he said that, I'm immediately like, oh, he's not lying. Like, he's not just trying to get in my head. So I'm like, what the fuck? They weird. Fuck him and his mama. Like, they weird as fuck. Da 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 da. I'm just talking shit. He was like, yeah, don't fall for it. He was telling me like, oh, this whole time you knew he was in a relationship and that's why he didn't want to fuck with you because da 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 da. He's really with bimbo. Da 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 da. He just said all this stuff. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, fuck him, fuck her, like, fuck all of them. Like, you know, like, just, man, fuck all of them people. So he like, yeah, like, I'm just saying, like, I really look out for you. I could tell you really going through so much with this situation and all this stuff. Like, he just in my head, and I'm just like, at this point, like, man, fuck crazy, like, fuck that stupid ass hugging Dougie kiss we did, and fuck the naked wrestling we did in the backseat of that red Camry. Fuck all that shit. Like, fuck it, fuck all of it. Cause I'm just like, no, he didn't. Like, now you not meeting up with this nigga and pillow talking. Like, at first I was thinking like maybe he just trying so hard so oh boy wouldn't be cool with me, but it was nothing like that though. But I'm like, for you to be going into details and telling about how your mama don't like me, like, you doing a bit much. So I was irritated at this point. So we ended up pulling up to the house. So he like, can you drive that car, follow me to my cousin babe mama house so we could drop her car off and then I'll take you home. So I'm like, I'm not getting in that car because you said it's in your girlfriend's name, your mysterious girlfriend. It's in her name and she bring it back home. So hell no, I'm not getting in it. Like, I'm like, she gonna bring you the keys out? He like, no, I got my own key. He was like, yeah, just drive it, it's cool. So I'm not getting in it with the car report is stolen, anything, like, no. So he like, hold on, I'm gonna call her. So he calls her, he put it on speaker, and he like, hello, before you say anything crazy, you on speaker. And he was like, I'm at your house, I'm finna get the car. So she was like, oh, I'm not there right now. He like, oh, well, I got my key, it's no problem, like, I'm finna get the car, I got somebody to drive the car, like, it's cool. So she was like, all right, whatever, and he hung up. So he was like, yeah, see, it's good. Like, you could drive the car. Just follow me to my cousin baby mama house because we're going to drop her. I mean, my cousin girlfriend house because we're going to drop her car off to her. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So before I got the car, I'm like, who is your girlfriend? Like, do I know her? I never knew you had a girlfriend. He like, nah, you don't know her. She out the way. Like, she a real out the way type of girl. Like, nobody know who she is. Da da da. Cause I'm thinking like, dang, so y'all just got together and she getting cars in her name, or y'all been together? Like, so he like, nah, we be on and off or whatever. And I'm just thinking like, I did not know this nigga had a girlfriend. So anyway, I'm like, okay, which car is it, right? So he pointed to the car, and I'm just like, everybody got these cars. I keep seeing this car. So he like, who else got this car? I'm like, well, I just keep seeing red Camrys all the time. Y'all, it's, pay attention. It really went past my mind. I was not paying attention to the car like that. I'm just thinking like, damn, they just giving these Camrys out like hotcakes. And in the red color, it's nice. You know, it's real shiny. Like, it's nice. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I get the keys. I hop in the car. I follow him to old girl house. So he told me, like, he pulled up in front of her house when he was parking her car. And he told me to pull up a little bit more and go on the other side of the street. So now the house is behind me. Like, I could see them through the rearview mirror, like, see her car or whatever. And he told me to park. So he hops out the car and he comes get in the car with me. So we sitting there, we talking. I'm like, oh, you waiting for them to come outside? He like, yeah, I'm waiting for her to come outside real quick. So the girl come outside. She got these little ass shorts on. She got a bra on. Like, not even just, like, not a sports bra, nothing. Little ass shorts and a bra on. She comes to the car. She hops in the back seat. So he was all like, yeah, thanks you for letting me, da-da-da. I got my car. I'm not going to need you for a little bit, but if I need you, I'm going to let you know. And she was like, oh, it's no problem. But she in the back seat, she, like, rubbing his shoulder like that. She like, oh, it's no problem. So I'm sitting here like, I do remember this is his cousin's girlfriend, but I do also remember when he told me he was fucking his cousin's girlfriend. So I'm just like, they is wild as hell. So he like, come here. And she like leaned up in the middle part and he grabbed her face and they start kissing. Like, they kissing or whatever. So then she was like, oh my God, he said he finna come out. So just stop. Like, stop doing too much. And he was just like, man, fuck that nigga. So he's like, Symone, let me know if you see a nigga walking up. So y'all want me to be on lookout while y'all do this grimy ass shit, which is already weird that your cousin think it's cool for you to be driving his bitch car. That's so weird. I wish I would be dating somebody and I'm letting his cousin drive my car. Like, that doesn't make no sense. So I was like, yeah, I see him walking up now. And he was like, oh shit, all right. So she sat back in the back seat and she just laughing like, so she trying to make small talk with me. And I'm just like, hi. So he walks up, he get in the back seat. He like, oh, what's up, cuz? Like, they like, what's up? So they dapping each other up or whatever. And he like, yeah, bro, can you take me by the hood real quick? I want to go buy something real quick. He was like, can drop us back off? So he's like, Symone, do you mind driving over there? At this point, I'm irritated because it's like, bro, I told you I'm in the house today. Like, I'm not trying to be outside. What do you mean? Can I? So I'm like, you could drive. Like, you could drive. He was like, nah, because Crash be over there all the time and I'm not trying to get put over. Like, they know me. If they see me behind the wheel, we going to jail. What do you mean we? You're going to jail. And Like, it ain't no we in this. You gonna go to jail by your damn. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm irritated. He's like, yeah, after that, I promise you I'm gonna take you home. I'm gonna take you home. So we drive over there, which I was so annoyed and confusion because they have their own car. We just dropped off. Why they can't drive their car over there? So we pull up over there, and y'all, we put up in, I was gonna say his name. We put up in Messy's hood. So it was people hanging out outside. I pulled up a little past them, like, to the next house, and I pulled up right there. He's like, why you didn't pull up directly in front of the house? I'm like, because I don't got time for nobody to say they seen me over here with you. Like, this is already doing too much. You know, they gonna report back to crazy. So he hops out the car. The cousin hop out the car. It's just me and old girl in the car. So she was just like, how you know Messy? Quick. I'm just like, oh, that's the homie. Like, I'm just his homegirl. So she's like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. She's like, this your car? So I'm like, no, this not my car. This his car. I just went with him to go get his car. She's like, oh, okay. No, I was just asking. So I'm like, yeah. So then she asked me, like, do you know my nigga? I'm like, no, I don't know him. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, all right. What's your name now? Like, what's your name? So I'm like, my name is Symone. She like, oh, okay. I didn't ask her name. And then she was just like, my name is, and said her name. So I'm like, oh. You know, because I'm not trying to make small talk. I'm irritated at this point. Like, I'm so annoyed. I'm ready to go. So I'm just like sitting there. She trying to make small talk. Everything she said, I'm just really one word in her back because I'm just so annoyed at this point. Like, I'm so fucking irritated. And I know she probably was thinking like, this bitch is just rude. But I was ready to go. And I made that clear when he asked, can we take them over there? Because it was like, why they couldn't drive their own car. And plus, you got me driving. I don't want to drive. Why she can't drive? Like, why somebody else can't drive? Why I got to drive? Like, I was just so irritated. So they finally come back to the car or whatever. And he was all like, y'all never guess who I got in the car with me. That's what Messy started saying when he opened up the front door. And I looked at him. I said, man, get the fuck in the car. Like, get in the car. You doing too much. And he's like, I'm just kidding. I wasn't finna even do nothing. He was like, nah, bye, y'all. Bye. Like, yell back to them. But I'm like, you clearly... Let me slow down. I'm so sorry. I feel like I be talking too fast. But I'm like, you clearly... It's so hard. I'm like, you clearly was about to be on some weird shit. I'm like, if I just told you I don't want people knowing that I'm over here, I don't want people reporting back to crazy, why would you say, guess who I got in the car with me? Like, you're being weird. I was like, you doing too much. Like, you being weird. He like, man, I was just playing. You know, out of all people, Symone, he hitting the little middle thing. Out of all people, Symone, I would never be on no weird shit with you. Like, I'm your realest fucking homeboy in your corner. Like, you already know that. You know that. So his cousin in the backseat, like, what's going on? Like, who she don't want to know? He was like, crazy. Like, that's her nigga. Crazy is her nigga. So the girl was like, why you didn't say crazy was your nigga? And I'm just like, I'm just irritated because I'm just like, now... Is she gonna report it to him? Like, now he gonna know? Like, I was just so annoyed. And I didn't say no, I'm just driving. He's like, but no, for real, Symone, you hear me? You hear me? I would never be on no weird shit. Like, you know, out of all people, I'm the only one in your corner. Like, I'm the only one. I'm like, yeah, I know you cool, but like I said, I just don't want no weird shit going on. He's like, I don't even know why you fuck with that nigga. Like, yo, bro, would you so... Look, let me ask you, talking to the cousin girlfriend. Would you still fuck with my cousin if he going around telling niggas that you be stealing and you be doing this? And mind you, she don't. So the girl, like, the girl was like, wait, you be doing that? And he was like, no, she don't do that. But he just be lying on her. Like, would you still date my cousin if he going around lying on you? And then wait, he got another girlfriend, right? He fucking another girl. And he just putting my business out here in the streets. And she like, oh, I would not fuck with him if he was doing all of that. Your nigga got another girlfriend? I'm like, he don't have another girlfriend. Like, and she was like, wait, he was like, and then he put his hands, and I was like, you doing the most. Like, because I stopped him, because it's like, why'd you put all my business in the streets? Like, why'd you put my business in the streets? And the cousin in the back like, man, that nigga crazy, we doing all of that? No, that shit ain't cool. And she like, I would not, hell no, telling her boyfriend, you better listen, because I would not fuck with you doing all of that. Bitch, you're fucking his cousin. You, the nerve. I'm just sitting there like, let me get home. So I'm like, well, not let me get home. Let me get them back to where they going so that I can go home. So then we get back. We put up. We let them out. And she was just like, girl, if you need a nigga, I know niggas. Like, you ain't got to go through no weird shit like that. Like, I know crazy. Like, I went to school with him. I'm just thinking like, damn, y'all all went to school together. But, I mean, the area, a lot of people did go to that school. I know. I was supposed to go to that school too, but I ain't go there. Which, probably if I would have went there, I would not have probably dated him. Because I would have been like, oh, this nigga is weird. But anyway, Anyway, so I'm just like, all right, yeah, bye, like, you know, whatever. So we put off, and I was irritated. So I'm like, why would you do all of that? He's like, so he like, nah, I wasn't even trying to be weird. I just, you know, you really my homegirl. Like, I really got so much love for you, Symone. I really got so much love for you. I care about you so much. So it just made me mad that you would let this nigga do you like that. Like, you deserve so much more. It just pissed me off when I think about it. So my bad, I got in my feelings. I wasn't trying to put everybody in your business. So I'm like, nah, it's cool. My dumb forgiving self. I don't know. I'm just over here like, you know what, he probably really do just care about me as a friend. And no. So anyway, he dropped me off. He like, you sure you don't want to go eat? I'm like, nah, it's cool. He dropped me off for whatever. I go back in the house. So I'm in the house. Some time go by, right? It's probably like an hour or two go by. Crazy ended up hitting me up. I swear, it used to be like clockwork. So at this point, like I said, I was paranoid. I'm thinking like, this nigga probably said something. Somebody probably see me. Why is he hitting me up? So he just texted me and was like, what you doing? So I'm just like, nothing, I'm just chilling or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he was all like, oh, later, do you want to come stay the night with me? So I'm like, like, you know, I'm just thinking about it. Like, well, I'm taking forever to type, but I'm typing, but then I'll stop typing. So he must have seen that. He ended up calling me. And he was just like, yeah, like, you want to spend the night with me at my dad's house? So I was like, no. y'all know daddy. So I'm like, no. He like, nah, he ain't going to be here. He was like, he going out of town. Him and my stepmom going out of town or whatever. He was like, so he want me to like basically house it because they get in a kitchen remodel and they was getting like a back room added on. So he was like, the people gonna come in the morning. He would just need somebody to let them in the house. So he just want me to be there, like, you know, so we could spend nights. Just gonna be us there. So I'm like, all right, we could. He was like, yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like, we could order some food. We could Netflix and chill. We could have a good time. Like, I see you. I just miss you. I really want to just spend the night with you. So I'm like, all right, mind you, we ain't spend the night with each other in a minute. Like I said, he'll just pull up, give me things he found, and that'll be it. And so I'm just like, all right. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna come get you around this time later. So I'm like, all right, cool. That was cool, right? So I'm chilling, still in the house chilling. Some time go by. So guess who texted me? Messy texted me. And Messy was just like, thank you for earlier, in a kiss face. So I'm thinking like, what's up with the fucking kiss face? But I was just like, you're welcome, no problem. And he texted me back and he was like, I really appreciate you, with a heart. And I'm just like, LOL, no problem. Like, you know, because what is you doing all of these emojis for? So then next thing you know, after I said LOL, no problem, this nigga Messy texted me and said, you love this D. The penis, the eggplant emoji. He didn't put the emoji, but he said it. You love this D. Right when I was finna write back, he hurried up and texted and was like, laughing my ass off, my bad, wrong person. So I was like, laughing my ass off, you're wild. That's what I text back, laughing my ass off, you're wild, because he said wrong person, right? Should have said, bitch, you dumb something. I don't fucking know. That's what I should have said, but I just said, laughing my ass off, you're wild. So then he was all like, yeah, thank you again, can't wait to see you later, babe. In a kiss face. I ignored the message. I didn't reply back after that because I'm like, who is he talking to? You're not calling me baby. Why are you even sending all these emojis anyway? What the fuck is you talking about? Maybe he must have been to the wrong person again too. I ignored it. Probably was supposed to be to his cousin's girlfriend. I don't know. I ignored the shit. I did not reply to that, right? That text message was not something I was worried about. Now it came down to Crazy coming to pick me up and we go get us some food. We got some Benihanas to go and we went to his dad's house. So we was chilling in there. We just watching TV. We eating. We watching, I forgot, I think we was watching something on BET because it was some movie and we just kept laughing because y'all know how BET versions is. So we up in there, we laughing. While we up in there, Crazy kept talking about Bimbo. Y'all, I'm irritated. I ain't seen you in so long. Why the fuck you bringing up this bitch? He was just like, yeah, like, you know what made me really think like to hit you up too? And he will always say this. This would be crazy. Like, I swear, every time me and this girl get into it, I used to tell her, bitch, stop bringing me up to that man because I be this close to fucking not dealing with him no more and you bring me up and now he missed me. So he was like, you know what made me hit you up? He was like, yeah, because I was doing something. He lying, like saying some shit he said he was doing, but it was a fucking lie. So it was really going one and out the other to the reason why he was talking to her. And he was like, yeah, and I seen her and she brought me up like, oh, you still with your little girlfriend? You still with Symone? He was like, and them bitches is so obsessed with you. Like, they're so obsessed with you. He used to just love to say this shit. He's like, they're so obsessed with you. Like, they just don't stop talking about you. When I think about it later in life, it's like he probably used to bring me up like he's bringing her up right now. And that's probably why I came up, because you're the one bringing these people. I don't know. He was just so fucking weird. So he just like, she's so obsessed with you. Like, they're so obsessed with you. They was bringing you up. They talking about some, she's not even cute. She's ugly. Oh my God. Why should she be wearing them big ass lashes? Cause y'all, I said are big ones. These is, I feel like these not big. They touch my brows, but they're not big. So yeah, he was just he just saying this. He's saying all this stuff, same shit that he'll always say that every bitch used to say. Like, then they was talking about your eyes, and I was like, she got some, I love her eyes. Like, I love her. They always say, he's like, why that bitch always want to call you bubble eyes or this? I swear it used to be so funny, because sometimes he would see me and he would try to be funny and he'd be like, what's up, bubble eyes? But he would be like laughing. It would be like an insider, because babe mama, bimbo, her friends, they would always try to talk about my eyes. Like, my eyes is big, but I done seen bigger, and I love my eyes, so I don't really care about what they talking about. Like, bitch, I see you. Anyway, so he like, yeah, he just said all this shit, and I'm just like, oh, she's weird. I'm like, but I don't want to talk about them. Like, I'm like, I don't want to talk about them. Like, what you been up to though? Like, let's talk about something different. So he like, nothing. Like, I ain't really been up to nothing, you know, just making money, making moves, missing you. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So he like, who you been with? So I'm like, nobody. I've been with no one. And he like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm positive. I've not been with nobody. But the whole time we was talking and stuff, he would be texting and then he would talk. It seemed like if somebody was like telling him stuff to say, like low-key. That's how I was feeling when he was talking about bimbo and shit. So I'm like, oh, I haven't been with nobody. So he like, you sure? Like, you ain't fucked nobody? So I'm like, no. Like, my thing is the whole car situation with me and him happened like not even a week ago. So like, so I'm like, no. So he's like, oh, okay, all right. So then I'm like, you still got that car? Like, you know, he was like, nah, I don't got it no more. Like, I got rid of it. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you know, not even thinking about the car that I was in earlier. I'm just trying to change the subject because he's asking me stupid shit. So he like, you sure you ain't been with nobody? So I'm like, I'm sure. So he was like, let me see. Y'all, I was like, let you see what? He was like, let me see. Like, let me see it. Let me see if you've been with somebody. So I'm like, crazy. What? Like, now I'm laughing because I'm like, you are funny. Like, how would you see? He's like, let me smell it. So I was so confused because I'm just like, bro, if you think like I would do something, have sex with somebody and then just like not shower ever, like ever again, like I'm just gonna have sex with somebody and be like, I'm not gonna have shower again until I have sex another time, like I'm saving my water or something, like I can't shower more than, like, what do you want to, what? Like, I was so confused. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you think I was with somebody today? So now I'm kind of getting paranoid. Like, do he know I was with Messi today? Like, so I'm kind of getting paranoid, but I'm not gonna blow my cover. I'm like, you are stupid. Like, I was with nobody. Like, if I was with somebody, I wouldn't be here. Like, you know, we working on us. So, like, how you been? Like, you know, I'm just trying to change the subject. So he like, man, whatever. Let's find something to watch on Netflix because the BET movie went off. So he was like, so mind y'all, he used to use my Netflix at his house. Ugh, a shame. I used to provide the Netflix and chill for him and bitches. But anyway, so he's like, let's go on to Netflix. So we going on to Netflix from the computer. And I'm like, I don't remember my password, which I really did not remember my password. But I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and change the password. And I'm going to put sign out of all devices. And this is a good reason for me to sign out of all devices because I don't want my shit on his fucking PlayStation no more. So I'm like, all right, so I'm over here trying to figure it out. Trying to change the password, sign out of all devices, and we still just like talking, we keying and stuff, but sometimes he'll randomly just be like, man, that bitch Bimbo, she ain't even all that. I swear he used to do this a lot. I'm just sitting here like, okay. So I'm like, yeah, so how your mom doing? Like, how's the babies? Like, how's these people? How's this? Like, oh my God, you know what we should do? He like, yeah, what should we do? What should we do? Bitches just gonna be watching and mad. Watch, they gonna be watching and mad. And I'm just like, everything I'm saying is really going back to bitches. So I'm like, oh my God, this nigga's getting on my nerves. And I didn't want to argue with him, so I'm like, I'm not even finna go into that with him, but I was just so annoyed, like, this nigga ain't gonna never see my face again. So after I finally changed my password, got into Netflix, I'm scrolling through Netflix trying to find something to watch. We was probably scrolling and we'll just be talking. Like, the conversation would either sometimes he was asking me stupid shit or we just talking about shit. But I'm so into our conversation still that I'm just scrolling. I'm going past you trying to find something. Probably like a good 2 to 3 minutes went by. Next thing you know, his phone started ringing, y'all. his phone started ringing. So when his phone rang, he looks at it. He looks at me. He smiled and he closed his phone and he was like, I love you. Like, I love you, baby. Come here. Come here. I love you so much. Like, come here. Come here. I love you so much. You know how much I love you? And I'm like, yeah, like, I love you too. So he was like laughing, but he was doing this laugh. I swear it was this face he used to do. It was like, oh my God. Y'all know how when I said when he's crazy activate, he do this smile. It's like, he was kind of doing the smile, but he wasn't doing the smile. But it's this smile when you know he lying. Like, his face can tell you everything. When he's lying, it's like this smile he would do too. And I was just like, he's lying about something. Like, he's being weird right now. But I'm just like going along with it because at the same time, he brung me here. I know this nigga is crazy as shit. This is daddy house. I don't know what type of fucking trapdoor dungeons they got in this motherfucker. Next thing you know, I'm tied up butt naked and he's only giving me water once a week. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna play it cool and I'm just not gonna answer no more. I'm gonna just start going back to being mean and just really, you know, figure out how to just cut all of this shit off, like mentally and just everything. So I'm playing it cool. I'm not even gonna tell him like, bro, you're being weird as shit. Keep bringing up this bitch. Now you're doing this weird ass laugh. Somebody calling your phone, you're not answering. So now they start calling again. The phone start ringing again. He looks at it. He gets like, man, these niggas is just won't leave me alone. Like, these niggas just won't stop calling. Like, I told him I'm in the house tonight. So I was like, just answer it and tell them. Because now I'm getting irritated. So I'm like, just answer it. Just tell them that you're in the house tonight. So he's like, nah, they gonna be mad. Nah. So I said, just tell them. He's like, nah. So he do it again. So he like, come here, like, you know, trying to kiss me and stuff like that. So I was like, next you know, the phone ringing again, because now he's forwarding the call. It's ringing back to back. So I'm like, just answer the phone. Mind you, the phone, when I glanced over to see who's calling, the shit said McDonald's. Why is your homeboy starting at McDonald's? Is that his last name? Y'all go by last name now? McDonald? Y'all. So I'm like, tell McDonald's. Yeah, I'm like, tell McDonald's that you in the house tonight. Just answer. It's not that big of a deal. Like, why are they blowing you up? So he like, oh, you trying to be funny. How am I trying to be funny? Because you got somebody starting your phone at the McDonald's and they blowing your phone up at midnight. How am I trying to be funny? So he like, man, I'm going to just tell these niggas. I'm going to tell these niggas. Mind y'all, his homies, I mean, he had a few homies that would kind of blow his phone up. Because there was times where it was like somebody blowing his phone up and he'd answer and it really be his homeboy. But, y'all, I don't know. It's just, why you, answer the phone. Answer it from McDonald's. Answer it. So I'm just like, just answer it. Like now, because every time he would try to forward the call to try to kiss me and I'm moving back, I'm like, no, like, handle that. I'm like, that's a distraction. Like, it's getting on my nerves now. So I'll just turn my phone off. I'm like, it's not that serious. Answer the phone. I'm like, maybe somebody died. Maybe someone's in jail. Maybe they need you. Maybe they found something. Answer the phone. Answer for McDonald's. Maybe it's a new 10-piece nugget out. Answer. So I'm just like, answer the phone. Because now at this point, I'm irritated. So he like, hold on. So he stand up and he like, hello? And he like, man, what the fuck? Just turn it off and on. I don't know. Hold on. So then he walk over there and he just talking. And I'm trying to like now, because you know when like Netflix, it showed a preview and it be talking. I turn that TV all the way down. I need to hear what's going on now. Because at this point, this is pissing me the fuck off. Like, no, you did not. I mean, this was a routine with him. So why did I think anything different? I don't know. But I was so irritated because I'm like, who is blowing up this nigga's phone? Y'all, like, who is blowing up his phone? So then he ended up going into the garage because the garage was connected to the house. So he ended up leaving out and going to the garage. So I'm like, fuck, I can't hear what he's talking about. But I'm trying to sit here and think, like, what do he mean turn it off and on? I know McDonald's is not really calling him and asking him. He's not the ice cream maker fixer. Like, he's not the one who fixed the ice cream machine. So why would McDonald's be calling? I'm not that dumb, y'all. But I'm really just thinking, like, what do you mean turn it off and on? Turn it off and on. Like, I'm trying to put two and two together. Like, what is going on, y'all? It's not clicking. It wasn't clicking. But, so anyway, he's in there. He's kind of yelling. I could kind of hear him yelling, but I couldn't really hear what he was saying. So he comes back out and he hang up the phone. And he was like, Symone, who was you with today? Y'all, when he said that, I was like, what? He was like, who was you with today? Like, who have you been with? Who you been with since you ain't been with me? Who you been with? And don't even lie to me. Like, don't lie to me. So I was like, who is McDonald's calling your phone? Because now we gotta take it there. Because why is you questioning me because McDonald's called you? Because we didn't even pull up to a McDonald's today. So ain't no reason why they should be reporting who I was with. So I'm like, you trying to do some weird shit might because a bitch just was blowing up your phone. So he's like, nah, just be honest with me. Don't lie to me. Who was you with? Like, who you been fucking on? Just let me see. Just let me see. So I'm like, let you see what? And he was just like, just let me see. Like, you gonna sit here and lie to me? Because that's when I'm gonna get mad. He like, because that's when I'm gonna get mad at you. That's when I'm gonna get mad. And you don't want me to get mad. You don't want me to get mad. So I kind of stood up and now I'm looking around. I'm trying to look around because I'm trying to look like, what can I grab if I need to knock this nigga out? Because we not finna do this. No, we not finna do this. Like, I'm not finna sit there and just let you, like, I'm about to fight back because you said I don't want you to get mad, which is telling me that you finna try to be on some weird shit and you trying to put your hands on me or something. So I'm really just looking around. I know he probably thought there was something wrong with me. Like, he's talking to me and I'm just like this. Like, I'm just like this. And he was like, Symone, can you hear me? Who was you with? Who was you with? So then I was like, I wasn't with nobody. So then he was like, okay. Thank you for today. You're welcome, no problem. So I'm sitting there. I'm still looking around. But as he's talking, I'm like, hold on, wait. This sounds familiar. When he said you love this D, I was like, wait, what? Now I'm like, wait, what? And he was like, you're wild? He said, so you fucked that nigga messy. You been fucking that nigga messy and you fucked him today and now you in my daddy house? Y'all. So I was like, I never fucked him. Y'all, now I'm screaming because I'm like, hold the fuck up. So I'm like, who sent you that? Who sent you that? He was like, nah, bitch, you gotta go. So I'm like, all right, I'll leave, fine. Like, you think I'm care to stay here? Like, the fuck, it's not a hurricane outside and I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm gonna go home. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'm like, but who sent you that? He was like, nah, like, nah, you a liar, you a fucking liar, you been with him, I told you don't lie to me. So I'm like, whoever sent you that must have like deleted something out the message. So I showed him. I'm like, look at the message, I gotta make sure my phone don't open because I don't want y'all see who I'm texting. But I'm like, look at the message. And I'm like, you see it said wrong person. And I'm like, compare that to what you got. I'm like, because somebody on some weird shit. So who sent that to you? So he like, wait. So he looking at my phone. I'm looking at his. So while he's looking at mine, I got it in my hand. And I'm looking at his in his hand. He trying to focus on you see missing messages. I went like this to see who sent it. McDonald's sent it. But y'all, the thread of McDonald's was motherfucking a picture of Bimbo laying in this nigga's bed. So I was like, oh, talking about some, I'm waiting for you. It was a picture before that. It was like, I'm waiting for you. And before the picture, like, it was the picture of her laying in his bed, and at the bottom was like, I'm waiting for you. And then it was the picture screenshot of the message. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, so Bimbo is McDonald's? So I was like, oh, you're funny. I was like, you're funny, you fucking weirdo. I was like, yeah, I'm going home. So he was like, nah, like, you trying to, like, ain't nobody send this to me? I'm like, Bimbo sent it to you, I see it right here. So he snatched his phone back and he like, nah, like, he just talking shit. I'm like, bro, you weird as fuck. This bitch blowing up your phone. Why is she at your house? He like, that picture old as fuck. That bitch is a weirdo. Why would she be at my house if I'm here with you? So I'm just like, you know, that kind of make a little sense. But I'm just like, nah. So I already know every time we get into it, if, like, she clearly know that he's with me, that's why she sent that shit, she's gonna DM me. It never fucking fails. If she can't get a hold of this nigga, even if he's not with me, if she can't get a hold of him, she about to view my story. She about to DM me. She's about to see if we together. And I promise you, I was not the same way. I'm not about to go checking for him. Like, it's not that deep. Because it'll be a lot of times where she'll tell me, like, oh, that's your man. You could have him. Y'all. So I'm trying to go to my DMs. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm shaking. I'm trying to open my phone up. Like, let me try to go to it. So he was like, and then you helped that nigga steal a car? You helped that nigga steal a car today? You helped him steal her sister's car? Like, that's weird. That's why they're calling me. Because they trying to figure out where you at because you helped that nigga steal a car. So I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't helped that nigga steal no car. I'm like, I took him to go get his car from his... Hold on. And I was like, wait. So now I'm just screaming, wait. I'm like, wait. I'm screaming, wait. I just kept screaming, wait, so many times to where he was looking at me like a little confused and scared, like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? And I'm like, wait. Because it started clicking to me. When he said I helped him steal a car today, it clicked to me. Red Camry. I'm like, her sister, because remember, he told me, remember, he told me I did not know his girlfriend. She was an out the way girl. Nobody knows her. Whole time his girlfriend was Bimbo's sister. Mind you, when we first started being cool, he told me he knew Bimbo and them because he messed with they homegirl. So Messy did at one point mess with they homegirl, but he was currently messing with the sister, which you did not tell me. You made it seem like this was some. So it started clicking to me. I'm like, hold on. So I'm like, wait. So I'm like, that red Camry is her sister car? I'm like, that red Camry is her sister car? I'm like, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. So he was just like, that ain't her fucking car. That's not her car. So I'm like, that same car that you pulled up on me in. I said, you? Y'all did me. I need to stop cussing so much. It's hard. Okay, I'm gonna just cuss because I already been cussing this story. You blank. I can't say it. I'm sorry. Me in her sister car. And I said, why the fuck was you driving her sister car in the first place? So now I'm just hot. I'm like, bro, you said you wasn't fucking with this girl. You been fucking with her the whole time. Like, bro, you weird as fuck. Then you bringing me up. You was in her sister car. I'm like, oh, y'all are weird. All of y'all are weird as fuck. I'm like, then this weird nigga trying to send weird text messages to people, making it seem like it's something it wasn't. And I told him, I'm like, y'all all weird as fuck. So I'm like, I'm finna tell her you pulled up on me in that bitch in her sister car. I'm about to tell her that me and her sister car. So he was like, what the fuck, Symone? Don't even say no weird shit like that, because that ain't even the same car. Like, I sold that nigga that car. I don't know what's going on. That was my car. Then I sold it. Like, he just lying. So I'm like, I'm finna tell her. So now he trying to get my phone, because if you don't fuck with her, why do you care about what I'm finna tell her? Why do you care if you don't fuck with her? So I ran to the bathroom, I heard and locked the door. So I'm over here I'm right here back to the DM. I was like, bitch, because y'all, she hit me up and was asking me. She was like, oh, I know you're crazy right now, but you just was fucking on Messy earlier. So I was like, bitch, you and him is weird as fuck. You know damn well the messages was missing a message, and I sent mine. And I was all like, and nobody still no car went to go with him. He made it seem like that was his bitch car, and who knew the whole time that your sister was his girlfriend. And I'm like, and y'all be letting Messy drive the car. I'm like, y'all weird ass fucking family. You be letting Messy drive your sister. I mean, you be letting Crazy drive your sister car. I'm like, and Crazy me in that car. Bitch, fuck you and him. You could have this nigga. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. And I know y'all probably like, bitch, repeating the same cycle. It was always the same shit, just different story, more drama. So she's like, wait, what? He would never do that. So I'm like, how the fuck would I know he was driving that car? Like, how would I know he was driving that car? So I sent the screenshot of our message where he said he was in that car. I said, how the fuck would I know? And I was like, bitch, you're a weirdo. So she like, wait, Symone, just tell me the truth. Did he really do that in that car? Bitch, no, he didn't. I'm just lying. So now after I sent that message to her, and I had text Messy, and I was like, you a weird ass bitch, don't ever text my phone ever again. And I left out the bathroom, and he was just like, man, Symone, fuck them, come on, let's just watch TV. I believe you, Messy, that nigga's weird. That's why I told you don't fuck with him. He's weird. So I'm like, are you fucking her sister? Because at this point I'm thinking, you driving the sister car, Messy be driving his cousin girlfriend car, and he fuck her, so you clearly fucking her too, because why is she letting her drive? So I'm like, you fucking her and her sister? And he was like, man, I only fucked her sister once. Y'all, he was just like, what? So I'm like, oh, I'm like, do she know this? Do she know? I'm like, y'all are weird. Y'all weird as fuck. So, and I'm like, and you fucking a nigga that's fucking on your sister too? So I was like, call me. And I put my number. And that's how they used to always get my number, because I'm not about to go back and forth with you, like, call my phone. So I was like, call me. So she called me and she's like, hello. Every time she called me, I swear, it'd be like big and bad messages like, bitch, this, bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass, da da da. When they call me, it'd be like, hello, is this Symone? Why are you talking like that? So I'm like, hello? Yeah. So I'm like, she on the phone. So he was like, man, Bimbo, bitch, don't nobody fuck with you, da 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 da. Like, why are you lying to her, da da da. So I didn't sell that nigga that car. So she was just like, what are you talking about? I'm at your house waiting for you, and you over there with her, da 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 da. So I'm like, oh, she at your house waiting for you? Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? She could have been here with you. Like, what? Like, I'm just ears. I'm like, y'all weird. So the mama in the background, and she just like, where's my son? Put my son on the phone. So I'm like, here, talk to your mom. He was like, mom, you being weird. You being so weird. Why would you have her come over there? You know I don't fuck with that bitch, and you got her coming over there, and now you starting so much shit. Like, I blame you for all this. So she's like, son, I'm not in this with y'all. This done got nothing to do with me. That girl always putting you in something. I know she ain't talking about me. I'm just like, me? I'm always putting you in something? How did I put you in something? And come to find out, she was like, and mom, she was like, that girl always putting you in something. She was like, son, the only reason why we called is because the Netflix ain't working no more. Y'all was like, y'all can't even afford Netflix? I'm like, your whole family is depending on my Netflix account? Y'all, so I hung up the phone. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. He was like, man, I promise you, I did not tell her to go to my house. Like, why would I have her go to my house when I know I'm about to stay here all night with you? I'm like, I don't know, y'all weird. And I'm just trying to think. And he like, you know my mom be weird. My mom still fuck with her. Like, my mom fuck with that girl. Like, you know that. I don't fuck with her. And I'm really over here kind of like believing it like a dummy. But only reason why I'm believing it is because like it was a wild at one time where he had went out of town for like 2 weeks to go do something or whatever. And when he had went out of town, she would be like, I remember the mama was like, oh, just because he gonna be gone, don't be acting like you fake and you can't come over. And I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna come over, like da-da-da. Mind you, it's just 2 weeks. So when because at that point I was staying the night at his house a lot, but it's like, I'm about to stay at your house, you're not there. So I had the mama on Instagram and she used to post bimbo. Bimbo would be big at the house, all this other shit like that. Or she would post like little stuff where you could see her, like just be messy. So I'm kind of really, at first I'm thinking like, okay, wait. She do be around when you not home. So maybe it could be true. Like maybe like one time it was a birthday party and he didn't want to go to his little cousin birthday party. And me and him had went somewhere else and Bimbo was at the birthday party with the mama. So I'm over here really thinking like, okay, maybe the mama did invite Bimbo over to watch my Netflix. Like, maybe he's not lying. So I'm just like, either way, he was like, well, you could see where I'm mad at you at. Like, you lied. You said you wasn't gonna hang out with him no more. And you hanging out with him. And look, he started shit. He being weird. Like, stop fucking with that nigga. Stop hanging out with him. He's not your friend. Like, yeah, he date her sister. I wasn't gonna say that because I told you shouldn't hang out with him in the first place. So now we really over here talking. And we kind of like coming to grounds like, okay, you was wrong and I was wrong. I lied. Look, I'm letting him really tell me I'm wrong, which I should never lie. Like, I feel like if I was gonna still deal with him, I probably shouldn't have been cool with the op, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, he was wrong though. He was wrong. So he was like, yeah, my mom's weird for that. I'm gonna get on her about that. And I'm over here believing him because he really was on the phone like, mama, you knew better, da da da. And he did say he sold him the car. So I'm over here trying to believe it. You know, I'm believing this. I'm believing this. But it just was like, ugh. The whole night was awkward. Like, I just spent a night, was an awkward ass night. And y'all, Messy did not hit me back that night, y'all. He hit me up the next day, like evening. Hit me up the next day and was all like, I swear to God, I did not send them messages like that. He gonna say, I was so high and I passed out and they screenshotted it from my phone and sent it to him because I would never do nothing like that. I'm your friend, da 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 da. I was so hot. So I'm like, okay, look, I don't give a fuck. I'm not cool with you no more. But just answer me this. Did he sell you that car? And he was like, no, that's blah, blah. Like, that's my car, but that's in her name. Like, we been had that car. Like, he did not sell that car to us. So I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know. So he think it's cool. And he'll randomly hit me up, like, back then and be like, what you doing? And he'd be like, oh, okay, you can't reply. When he started realizing I wasn't replying no more, he'd be like, oh, you can't reply? Because that's all I needed to know. Which clearly I really didn't need to know that. But that nigga wasn't shit regardless. But yeah, and it's crazy because Messy had the nerve. After that, I really stopped fucking with Messy. Like, I stopped fucking with him because it's like, bro, you're messy this whole time. Whole time you sitting up here, you having me talk shit. I'm wondering, like, this man would really repeat stuff because you going back and telling them and they telling him and he telling me. Like, you was really weird. Like, it's like they had a whole operation called to get rid of Symone or something. Like, y'all all was in on it. Like, you was in on it. And I used to vent to you and you was in on it. You was so messy. That's why when Crazy said he knew more than I knew, then I thought he knew, he really did, because Messy would really say stuff and it would be stuff that Crazy just didn't tell me. But eventually he did start telling me everything, like he knew everything. Like, oh yeah, and I know he took your friends and you out to eat. I know this happened. I know he had put up da 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 da. I know this happened. I know you told him about this. Like, it was so much stuff, y'all. And the nerve of Messy, mind y'all, after that we did not talk. It was probably like a good few months that went by, probably like almost to a year. This nigga ended up going to jail for some unalive charges. Had the nerve to have somebody call my phone three-way. I answer the phone, I'm like, hello, and they like, hold on, and next thing you know, it's, what's up? Like, you can't answer the phone? That's crazy. Da 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 da. You know who this is? It's Messy. Man, yeah, I'm looking at it a lot of time. I said, what the fuck you calling me for? Like, you really got your nerve to call my phone after you did so much shit. You was weird. Even though that relationship should have been ended, it was a weird ass relationship, horrible, toxic, I know, but you did the most weirdest shit. Like, bro, you was so messy. Like, you really became my friend just so that you could be weird and report back to bitches and y'all could be weird. Y'all playing weird ass games, sending fake messages. Well, not fake messages, but you sent those weird messages so that you could have the messages to send to her to make it seem like we was in some other type of shit when you know we wasn't on that time. And that's why you sending kiss faces and babies. So you was really being a weirdo. And it's crazy because why the sister had ended up hitting me up, it was like, don't talk to my boyfriend, I don't want you around him ever again. Y'all been knew I was hanging out with him. All of a sudden y'all want to play weird and make it seem like so it could go along with the lie, like, oh, you went through his phone and seen the messages and sent them, when it's like, y'all know y'all probably was the ones who sent the message. Y'all probably the one who told him to send a message. Y'all probably all be on the phone cackling on three-way, laying on the bed with y'all feet in the air, like, you know damn well, like, stop trying me. So yeah, when he had the nerve to call me some months later, I remember I was at my mom's house too, he had the nerve to call me some months later. And I'm just like, what the fuck you called me for? I know the person that was on the 3-line prayer, like, and he was just like, wow, you really gonna act like that? Oh, so you gonna, oh, because what's his name? Because of him? And I'm like, I'm not even with him no more. Like, at that point, I was not with him. 2018, me and, oh, I was gonna say his name. Me and Crazy stopped dealing with each other in 2017. For me to stop dealing with him, I did the most stupidest shit ever, but you know, I didn't give my time self to heal. Like, I literally just got in a new relationship, and it was a relationship that somebody actually took me serious, and that's how I moved on. When he seen me in a whole new relationship, posting a new nigga, that's when he was just like, oh, I'm gonna fall back. Yeah. So that's, and honestly, it was cool. It was cool. Like, everything was cool. It was great, but I should have gave myself time to heal, honestly, but I didn't. I just jumped into a new relationship. That's the only way, like, I feel like, not saying I got in a relationship to get rid of him, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but y'all, that's what happened. But he really had the nerve, and I'm like, I'm not even with him no more. He like, oh yeah, because my people said they see you posting a nigga, but so why you acting like that towards me? And I was like, look, don't waste your time calling me collect. Don't waste your time calling me on 3-way. Don't waste your time calling me through a fucking bird and a letter. I'm not gonna answer you no more. I'm not gonna answer you. I'm like, cause you did some weird shit. I'm like, I was really your friend. I know he probably sitting there like, bitch, I don't care what you talking about. But I'm like, I was really your friend and you did some weird shit. I said, we have nothing to talk about. We wasn't cool when you was on the streets, so we don't need to talk now that you in jail. I hate when people go to jail and they think about me. Like, don't do that. Like, if we was not cool on the streets, no need to reminisce. We don't need to talk. I'm not putting money on my phone. Fuck Global Tail Link and fuck you, because we not doing that. So, So yeah, that's what happened. And have I talked to him since? No. He had somebody reach out to me on his Instagram before, and I just left it on scene. Like, and then somebody had reached out to me from like another Instagram. It was a girl, and she was like, oh, Messi said, what's your number? And I just never gave my number. Like, leave it alone. Like, I said what I said. I wasn't just mad for the moment. Like, it is nothing to talk about. You're weird as shit. It's nothing to talk about. Because why? It's all these years later. That was 2017. Like, last time I talked to you was 2018 when I told you don't call me. You still probably gonna bring up shit from 2017. You've been in jail. I don't know if he's still, well, on alive charges. Yeah, he's still there. So you are in jail. You ain't got shit else to talk about. So, not saying people in jail ain't got nothing to talk about. So if you in jail watching this, don't feel like, oh damn, the nerve. But no, you gonna bring up that same shit. You're weird as shit, and I don't know. Fuck you. So yeah, that's it of this story, y'all. That's how Messi got his name, Messi. That nigga was messy as fuck. And I'm just mad because it was so many more times where I just really vent to this man, thinking this is my friend, because I just didn't want to keep trauma dumping on my friend. So I'm venting this person, and the whole time you was one of yeah, no, left my mental for dead. Like I said, fuck Global Tail Link and fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you do, if you see this for whatever reason, I don't know, I hope you're not so messy no more, because that shit was weird. But anyway, that's the end of this story, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know how long it was. I know it's pretty long. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for day number 3. Tomorrow's video is gonna be about Enemy, y'all. It's gonna be that video. Remember when I told y'all me and my homegirls chased Enemy around and we allegedly jumped him or whatever? Yeah, it's gonna be that video, that story. And I got receipts, because y'all, I was going through old DMs and yeah. So that's tomorrow's video. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.